Hi everybody, it's Janet and we're here at Fruit of the Vine Art Studio in Cincinnati, Ohio. Thank you so much for joining me today. As you can tell, it is just a couple of days before Christmas. Tomorrow is Christmas Eve, in fact. So we don't have very many more opportunities to get together and make a couple of Christmas things. And I don't know, maybe you're tired of making Christmas stuff right now, but I think it's still just a little too early to take off with Valentine's. I want to get through this holiday first. Now, if you were with me a couple of weeks ago, you might have seen where I made this cute little Santa belly. And isn't that adorable? Really what this is two domed coffee lids. And that's all that it is. With a little piece of, this is a little piece of a mop rope, a mop string from the Dollar Tree, a little piece of craft foam, and a buckle. That's basically what we're looking at, folks. So today we're going to do something really similar to that. We're going to take this same concept and we're going to make an elf belly. So, before I start anything else, the first thing we need to do is get out paints. I have my piece of craft foam. I've got a little string that I'm going to use to hang it with. I do have a piece of mop rope from the Dollar Tree that I'm going to use to make the white on the collar. And I've got a couple of different things that I want to use in this particular elf. I've got a buckle that I'm going to be using, just a little buckle that I found in a bunch of the junk drawers. I'm going to use this green spiky looking pom-pom. I'm going to use that at the top. That's going to be part of the top that I'm going to use for when I go to put the hanger on. I've also got this really pointy green leaf. And I was trying to find something with a real sharp point to it like that. Because the elf, and this particular elf that I'm making has a pointy green hat and a little red feather that I'm going to glue on there. Now this is going to come up out of the top of it as well. This is going to be like sticking up out of the top of the ornament. I'm making an ornament basically to go on a tree, and I'm going to put a little red feather right there on it. So just so you got an idea of how this is going to turn out. I've already got my hot glue heating up over here while I'm talking. And I guess the first thing we need to really do is start getting paint out. And the first paint I'm going to use is some yellow. So I'm going to get some yellow paint. I'm not going to need a lot of yellow, so I'm just getting out a glob. And I'm only going to be using yellow on one half. And let me see, I think I'm going to use this brush. So at the bottom, now this is kind of going to be like a relief type painting, so we got to kind of keep an idea of what we're doing here. This is going to come this way and around. It's only going to be yellow on this bottom, but I want the bottom part to be, I want the yellow to be down far enough to where it's noticeable. Let me kind of turn it towards me for a second here. I'm going to bring this down and over. I'm not sure if that's going to be enough yellow to show, so maybe I'm going to go a little bit higher here. I'm going to make it come to about right like this. Because the top half is going to be mostly green. And if you're thinking of what I'm thinking, well, this fellow wears yellow tights. So I'm going to put yellow at the bottom half to represent his tights that hang out underneath his little green coat that he wears. So I'm going to paint about half of this yellow here. Have it come up in a V right here. And I'm probably going to have to put another layer of yellow on here once this dries. Because I want it to have a nice concentrated color to it. But as you can see, I'm making a little point that comes up. And then I want it to be yellow along the bottom. I think I need to go a little higher. I'm going to go a little higher than halfway with the yellow. And while this yellow dries, I'm going to go to the other part and I'm going to start working on painting that. Just get a little more yellow in here. Okay, now I'm going to put this little piece to the side. This little piece that I'm painting on here, I'm just going to put this off to the side and rinse off my brush. And I'm going to get out some light green. I'm going to be doing kind of a relief type painting in a way. So the little designs that I want to show up on this have to be put on first and allowed to dry before I paint that. So we're going to start off with the light green. And I'm going to use this. No, I'm not. I'm going to use, where is it? Maybe this one. No, here, this one. I'm going to use this little long, thin liner brush. And I'm just going to get a little bit of water on here. It's getting clean water over here. Get a little bit of water on here. So let this be kind of thin, but not too thin. Get a little bit of this light colored apple tart green. Okay. And we're going to get this, whatever it is, off. I'm going to start about right here and just make a S shape and a backwards S shape. And another S shape. Kind of just going down like this. And then next to it, I'm going to do the exact same thing, except the opposite direction. See what I'm doing? The opposite direction of what I have here. And they don't have to touch. They can be a little further away from each other. That's okay. I'm just trying to get the design going here. Okay, so it's kind of, it's a little crooked. I'm not too worried about it being crooked, though. That's going to be fine when it dries. So we're going to let this little design dry on here. And we're going to come back over to this one. And we're going to take this green and we're going to make that same design going around above this yellow. So I'm basically making a forward S and a backwards S, and a forward S and a backwards S is what I'm doing. I'm going to go all the way around. So this is sort of like if you think of yourself as painting a window. Say someone asked you to paint a window. When you think about painting a window, you have to start kind of backwards than what you would normally do. Normally, I would be putting the little decorations on the coat at the very end. But now here I am decorating this in the beginning before I've even begun painting the coat itself. Well, that's because I want the color that I'm going to be using here to show through first. I'm going to paint the dark green right over top of it, and the design will stay on, and the dark green will cover over the top of it. So it'd be like if you're thinking about painting some eyes or something like that. Ooh, I just made this one backwards. That's all right. I don't think anybody will even notice that. That's in the back. I'm talking and got myself confused. Well, that's not hard to do, I'll tell you that. Yeah. All right. Let's pay a little more attention to what I'm actually doing here instead of just yickety-yakking away and messing stuff up. But when you think about what I'm doing, I'm painting it like you would a window. I'm putting the designs on first so that this will show through after I put the green on the top of it. Let me make that one just a little bit darker. Okay. Now you can kind of see how the design goes around the yellow. I made it go around the whole yellow. And yeah, I goofed it up in one spot. I surely did. Nothing new. Is it? Nothing new. Now, I'm still waiting on the yellow to dry. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to push the process along a little bit. I'm going to have to turn on my blow dryer. I'm sorry. But if not, we're going to be sitting here for a really long time waiting on this to dry. And I just want it to get done. Now, I'm going to dry this real fast. Maybe I can blow through it. And that way I can put another layer of this on. Because I want this green to show up really well. And I know if I try to paint over this while it's still wet, all it does is pulls the paint up. It has to be completely dry before you add a second layer. So we're just going to go ahead and give it a little helping hand and get it dry. Whoop, there it goes. Now I'm working on this one. That one got just a little bit. Okay, that looks pretty good for that. Pick this back up. I'm going to dry that yellow. Because I definitely am going to need another layer on there. I can see through it still in spots. So I want it to be very colorful, dense. You know, I don't want you to see through it real easy. So we're going to just do another layer of that. As soon as I can get it to dry. And we'll probably have to blow dry it too, no doubt. But that's okay. Some of the fun of the things of being here, huh? Watching paint dry. It's always fun. I enjoy it. I guess that's the main thing, huh? If you enjoy it, what's the difference? I'm over here licking on my lips. My lips are chapped. Probably because I keep licking on my lips. That's why they're chapped. No, they got chapped while I was sick. They got chapped pretty bad, actually. Couldn't breathe through my nose at all. So I was a mouth breather for quite a long period of time there. And during the night while I slept, my lips just cracked out a heckin' back. And it's really taken a while for them to get back. Once they get started, that stuff's hard to straighten out real quick. I've been using my chapstick and my bee balm and all that stuff, but, you know, I guess I've just got to wait on fresh new skin to grow and the old skin to fall off. Okay, let's stop with that for a moment. And then we're going to get the yellow and we're going to do another layer. Let me just wipe that water out of there. Just add another layer of the yellow down in here so it'll be nice and thick. Won't have those little light looking areas on there. It's bright in here with all the lights, so that sometimes makes it hard for me to see what's really not covered. Pick it up and tilt it a little bit. Sometime I'll have to show you the setup here, all the different lights I got set up to shine down in different directions so that you see. And man, sometimes they really cast some crazy looking shadows. Which I do apologize. I don't know how to figure this stuff out. I'm not a light technician. I just like to paint. And I'd like to share that fun with you. Really, that's what we're doing here, is I'm just trying to share a little fun with you. Let you know that you can do this too. It doesn't take any talent. What it takes is practice. And you practice doing it, and you'll be able to do it all just as easily. Straighten that back out right there. You can use your fingers. Ain't nothing to be ashamed of. Whatever it takes. Remember back when we was kids, boy, finger painting was fun. We did a lot of finger painting. I did some finger painting today, in a sense. I did a handprint. Handprint cardinals with the kids in the kids club. And we painted our whole poem bright red and then placed it on our paper and made a handprint cardinal. Added a beak and some little legs and put him on a branch. Turned out so cute. Okay, so now we got another layer of yellow on there. Now you do not see through it. It is quite dense. So I'm scooched out the bottom. I'm just going to take my finger and rub that off. Let me look at it from this angle. That looks pretty good. Put this back in there. I'm going to go back to my green now. Shoot, shoot. Shoot the water through the room. That's bad. We're going to go back over these little S's that we drew. Try to make them just a little bit more colorful. Some of them look pretty good, don't really need any touch-up. But that's okay, we're just gonna make them a little bit thicker. Let's work on this one. I don't even think you guys can probably see what I'm actually doing, can you? I didn't tilt you down and I didn't zoom you in. Oh well, we're just here for a visit with each other here today. That's what I did. I just painted back over these S's. That one's kind of big looking at the top, but I'm not too worried about that either, to tell you the truth. And we're just going to paint over these S's again too. Even the one I messed up and made backwards. Now see, I quit telling on myself is what I need to do. Is just quit telling on yourself. If I don't tell you that I made it backwards and you don't know and it's on the back of the ornament, who's gonna know? Who's ever gonna know? Just me. Unless you really look at it. And if you take that much time to look at it and see that I made one backwards, well, then that means that you really like this ornament, because you took the time to really, really look at it well and go over it. And that makes my heart happy. That you would want to look at it that closely. Just draw these on here. Just making little S's. And then I'm going to blow dry them again. I'm going to tell you right now, I'm going to blow dry it one more time. I apologize. Well, actually, while we're waiting, I could cut out the belt area and let it dry naturally, maybe. A little bit, maybe. I know it won't dry quick enough for me, though. I'm always too impatient. They say as we get older, we get more patient and learn more patience. I am more patient than I used to be. It still doesn't make me patient, though. It doesn't make me a patient person. Just because I am more patient than I used to be. Okay, we're going to put that in there. As you can see, I put the little green. I just went over the green little S shapes, forward and backward S shapes. Did that on this one. Now while that's sitting there, drying, I'm going to take my let's see, where is my belt buckle? So I need it to be about that way. I can't cut too straight, but I'm going to try. Now, let me see something here. It's not quite enough, so we're going to cut another piece just like it. Looks like I'm cutting it too skinny now, but I don't need all of that. I only need a part of it. Probably about that much is all I need anyway. Okay, so we're going to take this and put it through the top and down through this part. Take my hot glue and glue it right in this spot. Now I'm going to take this one, glue it right into it too, to where you won't be able to see where it was cut. Yeah, maybe if it wasn't for this extra glue I got on it here. Take my thumbnail and just scratch that off. There now. I just glued it right at that little back spot right there. Hey, Carol. Thanks for joining me. Yeah, I do feel better. I know I probably don't sound much better. My head's still all kind of congested. But I feel a lot better. I feel a lot better. Thank goodness. That was pretty bad. That was pretty bad. Okay. Now I've got this. I've got that taken care of. That's ready to go. I'm going to put that over here. Still waiting on this thing to dry, though. Maybe I'll just... that's almost dry. Hit this real quick, and then we'll start on this top half while that's still drying. Give me a second here to get this to dry. Put it on high. Uh-oh. You know what I did? I blew my red feather away. Uh-oh. Where did I blow that to? Here it is. I was going to say my elf needs that red feather. Gotta be careful what I'm doing here. All right. Turn it away from the feather. You don't go anywhere. I'm watching that feather. All right, that ought to be able to let that dry like that now. Now I'm going to get out some dark green. All right, I'm going to get that brush. Let me put this over here. Yellow out of there. And we're just going to paint this top half here green. With this darker looking vert green was what it was called, which is basically grass green. Looks pretty thin. That'll definitely have to have 2 layers. That's all right. All right. I think once you get a couple of layers on here, that's going to look really pretty. It is a pretty color green. And see, like what I was saying about painting a window, how you put those on first, and then I'm just painting right over the top of them. But if you look on the outside, you still see them. That's why you wanted to put them on first. The design needed to be put on first, and then you paint over that. That's just like how you would paint a window. You put your details in first, and then come back and put your background colors in and that kind of stuff. So it's the complete opposite of how you would normally paint things. So you have to stop and give it a little thought about, well, what do I need to paint first in order for this to show up properly? Now, if I hadn't done that, I guess my other choice would have been that I could have painted it on the outside after it was completely done. I could have just painted it on the outside. But, hey, I wanted to show you a different way of doing it, how you would do this if it was like, say, you were painting your windows. If you've never painted your windows, that's fun to do. I watch some of these people that are just, I'm telling you, absolutely amazing. They can take that snow frost in a can. I watched this guy using little pieces of paper, holding that up to the window, and then using that snow frost, and he made these staircases and designs. He made this whole winter town with the snow frost stuff that you put on the windows. And I was just, I mean, in awe of that. That was just, I mean, that's really creative. That's very, very creative. I guess I could if I practiced it, because, you know, I mean, that's kind of how it all works, isn't it? You get better at the things that you practice. So I guess if I was to get myself some snow frost and a piece of paper or cardboard and stuff like that and try different things, I could learn to do that too. But I'm telling you, it was just impressive. Quite impressive what he was doing with it. Just snow frost. All one color, all white. And the way he was able to make shading and different things. It was just, to me, it was pretty cool. Okay, now you can see we're going to have another layer of this in here. And this is kind of thick down here. Don't want it to be globby like that, though. But we'll let this dry and put another layer on with it. And then we'll have to put the belt on. There's a glob. Don't want you in there, thank you. Thank you for your paint service. You can go now. Okay. See how it's going to look? We still got a long way to go, guys. I'm telling you, this is just starting. Put that there, and now we're going to do the same thing here, except we're not going to paint over the yellow. But I am going to paint over those little S's. Maybe should have painted that part up there going around like this instead of up and down. We'll see. We'll see how it looks. See how you can see the design? Yeah, it needs to be a little bit darker. But we'll get it there. We'll get it there. Put another layer of green on here. Go back and work on that one for a second and make it go around. though it may not be noticeable at all when it dries. I'm not sure. We'll have to see. Well, thank you, Carol. That's so sweet. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. Thank you for the stars. You're a star, baby. I love that. Thank you so much. I do appreciate that. Okay. So I'm going to let this... Yeah. I'll put a little more green right there. Dry a little bit. Let's see about this. Might have rubbed just a little bit too hard right there. Well, I guess if I have to, I can always go over it on the outside too. That's a shame, Janet. What are you doing? I'll make his little white collar come down a little more than what I was intended. Maybe it'll come down all the way to here. We'll see. We'll see. That color's wanting to come off. That green's not really hitting it real well. That's okay. We're going to dry it and put another layer. Well, my feather's still there. Oh, Carol, thank you for being here. I think it's going to all come together once I get it glued up. Get all the stuff on there. I think it'll look fine. I have to get out another glue stick. My glue's sitting over there dripping out all over the place. Okay, let's see if we can do it again. Get a little more of that green. Try this. Just putting another layer of the green on here, guys. Hoping that it dries and looks real good. I've still got a couple of presents sitting down there in my living room that I've got to wrap today. And then I am done with it. Done with wrapping and stuff anyway. Not done with it. We still got to make dinner and all that stuff. But that's going to be fun. I'm looking forward to it. My youngest and his family's coming over in the morning on Christmas Day to have a little breakfast with us. And then my oldest son and his girl are coming over for dinner later on with my brother and my nephew. So it's going to be a busy, busy Christmas. Which is fine. That's the way I like it. Tomorrow we're going to my mother-in-law's house. My sister-in-law and her husband will be there, and we'll have dinner with them. So tonight we're going to some lights to see the lights at the Weaver Farm with my youngest and his family. Okay, so you can kind of see the design showing all the way around. Now let's work on this one. I messed him up. Well, you know, there's only so much you can do. And one of the things you can do is not worry about it. And I think that that's what I'm going to choose to do. It's got a little piece missing off of the design. I don't think it's worth worrying about. We'll just let it go and go on and finish what we're doing. Like I said about drawing that S backwards, I think I'm the only one that really pays attention. I'm the only one knows that I did that. So just don't worry about it. Just paint over it. Go on and make the ornament. And it's going to turn out looking great anyway. Right? You bet. You bet. I'll look at it hanging on my tree and notice the things that are wrong with it every time I see it. No, I won't. I'll look at it and think, boy, that turned out really cute, didn't it? That's how I usually view things. Well, that turned out really cute, didn't it? I'm glad I tried that. Oh, that does not want to stick right there. Maybe that didn't get completely cleaned. I did wash those before I started. Because, you know, I know they've always had that frothy stuff in them. My friend Chris at work, he gives these to me. He drinks those fancy cups of coffee every day, and he'll bring me his lids because he knows that I love to craft with stuff. And why throw it away? Why have it in a landfill when we can do something fun with it and make it useful again? I mean, you know, to a certain extent, there's things that you can do with stuff like that. Wanted to make a Grinch, but we're out of time for the season. So maybe that'll be next year. Because I had figured that out, how I could make the Grinch with this. And I think that would turn out really cute. A little Grinch face. Or you can make a Grinch butt. Why not? Okay. The design looks fine. I'm not even going to worry about that. I'm not even going to worry about that. Put that in there. Rub my fingers together. I'm going to give them a quick blow. Hey! It's taken off. I'm going to turn it as I dry it. Make it Go everywhere. That looks pretty good. Put this project into overdrive. Let's get her moving. Get her done. It's been a long time since I watched that silliness. Get her done. My kids used to watch that. Alrighty. That looks good enough. Now we're about ready. Let's see, I don't need any more of that. Put this over here. Get me a glue stick. Hopefully that'll help push that through. All right. Now I got to line this up when I go to put it together here. I want it to be like this. Yeah. I want that to come down right through the front right there. Oh. Gonna glue it up. Get in there. Ooh, shoot. What the heck did it do that for? Because it wanted to make a mess of it. Come here. This is a time-sensitive thing. Okay, just kind of pressing him together. It's got a glue, hot glue in there, hot glue down on the bottom of him, but it's in the back, so I'm not going to worry about it. Let our stresses go. Okay. That looks pretty good. It's kind of crookedy as it can be, but that's okay. I'm not going to worry about it. I'm going to put the belt on it. That needs just a tiny little portion of that cut off. About like that. Are you holding together? Now we got a spot. Ooh, we got a spot right here. It is not holding together. I'm going to press it together. Okay. I got it pretty straight. It's a little crooked. I know it's a little crooked. It always is a little crooked. But you know what? That just shows that it's homemade. Getting the glue everywhere. Okay. I'm not worried about that being ugly around the outside because I'm going to glue that belt right on top of there. I just want it to be pretty sturdy. Pretty sturdy. Okay. Now I'm going to put a big glob of glue right there. Put the belt, get that belt situated right where I want it here. Hold it for a second. Doggone if I didn't pop him back open on this side. Okay. That's okay, because it's going to hold together. I'm just going to bring the glue right on around here. Hold it. Okay. Just bring it together right here. Look how cute that looks. See? Here I am. I just said it. Look how cute that looks. I don't even notice my backward S's or my mess ups on the front. It's all okay because look how cute that looks. I don't know, maybe I've had too much medicine. But it turned out cute. It turned out cute. Yeah, thank you, Carol. Yes, that's cute. That turned out cute. I'm just going to put a little bitty glop right here. I don't want too much. I don't want to mess. But I want it to hold right there. All right, now we've got to make the white around his neck. So let me see. I got the ook in my fingers. Let's see if I did it like... And then just put another one of the white going around there too. Maybe that's what I should do. All right. Let me get this glue off on my fingers. Okay. Now this is going to be dangerous and I know it. I'm going to be touching some hot glue and I know, but that's okay. Let's just see. We're going to put it inside. You got to press it up in there. Ouch, don't you burn me like that. Okay. You just stay like that. And I'm going to bring it right down and around like this. Just lay it on top of that hot glue. I might have to get me another string. I don't know. We'll see. Sit up now, little fella. Okay. Kind of take my fingers and manipulate it the way I want it to look. Come off of here. down just a little bit further right there. So, see how it's got the white just like the top of Buddy's that elf's outfit? You know what I'm talking about. Yes, working with hot glue guns. I'm telling you, one of my favorite things, I have to say, working with a hot glue gun. I love hot glue guns, but man, are they messy. And yes, they will burn you. That is for sure. They have no pity. They have no pity. Let's see. I may have to get another little string to finish this off. I'm going to cut that off right back here at the back. So let's just do that first. I'm just going to bring it right back around inside itself here. I'm Let me grab another mop string over here out of my box. Oh, you're a mess on the end. I'd have to glue that one up. But that's okay. We're going to cut the tip of this off here. See, my glue gun stuck to my paper, and now it's got a big hunk of paper on top of it. Get that chunk off of there. Stick those two together right at the back. Give it a moment. Practice patience. That's about as much patience as I have. Was that long enough? I doubt it. Let me just... Oh, put it together. Put a glob of glue right there to where that's not going to stick up like that. Use your head and your scissors. Yeah, glue your scissors in there. 'Cause that's what you want to do. There we go. Takes it a few minutes to do what I'm needing, but it'll get there. Maybe. Maybe. Maybe not. All right, maybe one more time around. Do that just like that. Push this right down in here. Push this together. Get that stringer off of here. Ugh. I am fighting with the glue. We are having a little fight over here, and I am flinging it out of here. Get out of here. I am going to cut this off, if it will allow me. All right. Now we're ready to get our little hanger together for it. Let's put this together first. Now let me see. Do I want the hanger to be in the front of the stuff so that it hangs more this way? I think that's what I want to do. So let's just put some glue on you, stick it down in here. Where's my feather? See, now it looks like he might have a little hat sticking out the top. Buddy's little hat. I'm going to put some glue on this. Stick it to that. So I got my hanger. I'm going to take this puff ball. And I'm going to put glue all around the outside here. Is that going to be enough? I don't know. We'll puff the puff ball in there. See if that'll hold. There we go. There we go, guys. There it is. It's done. Little buddy. Little elf to hang on the tree. So now we got a little Santa Claus and a little elf. I think those turned out really cute. I like them. I like them. I hope you guys enjoyed this. Thanks for joining me today. Thank you so much, Carol. I appreciate you. Merry Christmas. Bye. Oh, I got a slow connection. Will it let me?